Hello everyone, how are you? Heaviest battles lie ahead in Kherson. Ukraine government warns Russian troops have been driven back in the region in recent weeks. The heaviest battles lie ahead in Kherson. I will convey to you today's important developments. And I'll look into what might be on the map. If you want the war to end, I would appreciate it if you like the video and comment. Don't hold back your support and let's show our stance. As Russian forces dig in to defend the largest city under its control, Kyiv has warned. Russian troops have been driven back in the region in recent weeks and risk becoming trapped against the west bank of the Dnipro River. Russian-installed authorities are evacuating residents to the east bank. But Alexei Arestovich, advisor to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, has said there was no sign that Russian forces were preparing to abandon the city. With Kherson, everything is clear. The Russians are replenishing, strengthening their grouping there, Mr. Arestovich said in an online video on Tuesday. It means that nobody is preparing to withdraw. On the contrary, the heaviest of battles is going to take place for Kherson. Kherson is arguably the most strategically important of the four towns Russian President Vladimir Putin proclaimed to have annexed in September. It controls both the only land route to the Crimea Peninsula Russia seized in 2014, as well as the mouth of the Dnipro, the vast river that bisects Ukraine. Yuri Sobolevsky, a member of the ousted pro-Ukrainian Kherson Regional Council, said the Russia-installed authorities were putting increasing pressure on Kherson residents to leave. Search and filtration procedures are intensifying as are searches of cars and homes, he wrote on the Telegram messaging app. Meanwhile, Russia took its claim Ukraine is preparing to use a dirty bomb to the UN on Tuesday. The assertion has been dismissed by officials in Kyiv and the West as a false flag for escalating the war. Russia's deputy UN ambassador Dmitry Polyansky said evidence had been shared with Western counterparts. I don't mind people saying that Russia is crying wolf if this doesn't happen because this is a terrible, terrible disaster that threatens potentially the whole of the earth, he told reporters. Mr. Zelensky said Russia's allegation suggested Moscow was planning to use a tactical nuclear weapon and would seek to blame Kyiv. US President Joe Biden said Russia would be making an incredibly serious mistake if it used a tactical nuclear weapon. Mr. Biden later spoke by phone with new British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, and they agreed on the importance of supporting Ukraine, the White House said. In an apparent response to Moscow's allegation, the UN nuclear watchdog said it was preparing to send inspectors to two unidentified Ukrainian sites at Kyiv's request, both already subject to its inspections. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba told reporters the inspectors would receive full access and called on Moscow to demonstrate the same transparency. Russia's state news agency RIA has identified what it said were the two sites involved: the Eastern Mineral Enrichment Plant in the central Dnipropetrovsk region and the Institute for Nuclear Research in Kyiv. Since Russian forces suffered major defeats in September, Mr. Putin has doubled down, calling up hundreds of thousands of reservists, announcing the annexation of occupied territory and repeatedly threatening to use nuclear weapons. 2 civilians dead, 4 injured in overnight Russian missile attack on city of Dnipro. The number of injured in a Russian missile attack on the city of Dnipro has increased to 4, 3 of whom are in critical condition, with 2 people confirmed to have been killed, Dnipropetrovsk Oblast Governor Valentin Reznachenko wrote on Telegram on October 26. According to verified data, 4 people are wounded, 2 women and 2 men. All are currently in hospital. 3 of them are in a critical condition, he said. 2 people died, including a pregnant woman, as a result of the Russian attack. The Russian military also carried out an attack on the Nikopol district of Dnipropetrovsk Oblast on the night of October 26, Reznachenko said. He said the invaders used Grad rockets to attack the community of Shervonorihorovka. There were no dead or wounded in that attack, though some damage was done to property there. Elsewhere in the oblast, more than 600 families have been left without electricity due to damage to power lines. Emergency teams are already working to restore power. The Ukrainian army also shot down an Iranian-made Shahed 136 kamikaze drone flying over Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. Russian troops fired rockets at various parts of Dnipropetrovsk Oblast in the evening of October 25. A fire broke out at one gas station due to shrapnel hits. Germany to supply Ukraine with 2 more Mars 2 rocket launchers and 4 Ps 2,155mm howitzers on Tuesday, October 25, 2022. German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier announced the delivery to Ukraine of 2 more Mars 2 M270 MLRS, multiple launch rocket system, and 4 Ps 2,155mm tracked self-propelled howitzers, as well as new air defense missile systems. Since the beginning of the war in Ukraine, Germany has already supplied Ukraine with 2 Mars 2 M270 MLRS, multiple launch rocket system, and 4 Ps 2,155mm self-propelled howitzers. Citing information published by the IFW Kiel Institute for the World Economy on October 11, 2022, in the period now additionally covered, August 4 to October 3, the US made new pledges of just under €12 billion, bringing the total to just over €52 billion in military, financial and humanitarian aid. EU countries and institutions expanded their commitments by only about €1.4 billion over the same period, and now collectively reach just over €29 billion. The Mars 2 is an upgraded version of the American-made M270 MLRS, multiple launch rocket system, which is in service with the German Army. According to the Military Balance 2021, before the war in Ukraine, the German armed forces had a total of 41 Mars 2 MLRS. The German M270 has been upgraded to the standard Mars 2 MLRSE to fire guided rockets at a maximum range of 70 kilometers. It keeps the original 2 pods of 6 launcher tubes able to fire guided and unguided 230mm rockets. The Ps 2000 is German-made 155mm self-propelled howitzer and is considered a state-of-the-art artillery system. The howitzer is armed with a Rheinmetall 155mm L52 caliber cannon equipped with the matching Rheinmetall Modular Charge System, MTLS, giving the required range and rate of fire. The gun has a maximum firing range of 30 km with the standard L15A2 projectile and up to 40 km with extended range ammunition. The artillery system is fitted with an automatic electrically driven projectile loading system enabling loading and firing to take place within the full traverse and elevation range. The 60-round projectile magazine as well as the complete shell handling system is controlled by an automatic data management system. It has a crew of 5. Abandoned Russian base holds secrets of retreat in Ukraine. When Russian troops fled the Ukrainian town of Balaklia last month, they left behind thousands of documents that detail the inner workings of the Russian war machine. Concrete steps led into the basement of their hastily abandoned headquarters in this small riverside town in eastern Ukraine. A bunker smelling of damp lay behind a steel door marked Command Group. Papers, some charred, were stuffed into a furnace. Others were scattered across the floor. Thanks for listening. See you the next video.